We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey Star Wars fans and action figure collectors, got another Black Series review. Been hanging out for this one. It is Sabine Wren from the Ahsoka series. Live action, really great. It's been sort of, out of all the new ones from the Ahsoka series, this is probably the one I've been looking forward to the most. She is number 3. A little right up there of just the base on the Ahsoka series. Great picture there. Natasha Leopoldizo, I believe it's pronounced. I think she was an exceptional character in the series. I think she played her role really well. I think the casting was just absolutely genius. They found someone who personified Sabine Wren from how we knew her in Rebels really well. But yeah, excited to bust this one open, so let's do exactly that and take a look at the figure. Alright folks, here is the Lady Sabine Wren out of the packaging. Really happy with this figure, to be honest. It's a good one, been worth the wait. So yeah, before we get into the figure, we'll get into the accessories. Now, she does come with her lightsaber. It is a slightly different slightly differently painted version of Ezra's lightsaber that we got with Ezra. The recent Ezra Bridger Lothal. Unfortunately for that figure, it's this lightsaber and not his own. This is the sort of customized version that Sabine sort of altered when Ezra gave her his lightsaber. But you know, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. It's more so the emitter on his was a little bit different. He sort of had a bit more of a Obi-Wan Kenobi-ish, Luke Skywalker green lightsaber-ish emitter on it. Whereas Ahsoka's sort of gone with this style, which is cool. Does sort of unpeg. You can kind of see the grooves in the end of the blade there to accommodate those parts of the emitter there. It does have the little hook there, which will fit onto her belt. So let's just pop that on there then. So that sits on there nicely. She does come with her 2 blasters, which look great. I like the sort of glossy shine to the handles, and just the overall, the rest of the color on it. The sort of silver and the yellow and the blue on each one. Fantastic, really nice. And they do fit nicely in her holsters as well. So that's always nice. When they fit well like that, it's good. And then last but not least, her helmet, which looks really good. Thankfully, this one is a little more scale friendly than the vintage one was. This was pretty much the same size. No, it wasn't, but the vintage one was definitely too big. And I will put a link to my review on that set at the end of this video, so stay tuned and yeah, click the link so you can go see the vintage version. But this looks good. Nicely painted. Nicely applied paint applications there. Of course, the rangefinder does move, which is a bonus, always. And it does fit on her head. I have put a little spot of blue tack in there. That just helps to sort of hold on there. It was a little loose on the head, but it's not a big deal. But it looks good. It looks good on there. Looks like it scales pretty well. At least the way I'm looking at it. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, just without that sort of blue tack, it doesn't hold on her head. It's because her head's not, huge, which isn't a problem, but it looks good. I love it. I really do. It looks great. So we'll move the helmet aside. We'll take a look at the head sculpt, which I think Hasbro's absolutely nailed here. I think they've done a really good job capturing the likeness of Natasha. This is what photoreal is all about. Really just capturing that likeness and, the technology these days. It's you got to remind yourself it's sometimes worth the price of admission for these figures when they go for a little bit of a price rise. What we need to do is go back and look at Poe Dameron from The Force Awakens in comparison. But yeah, I love what they've done with the hair. You can sort of see sort of purple hair, possibly with a bit of a rinse, like a wash, sort of settles into all the grooves of the hair. So it looks good. Yeah, even just to the small freckle on the cheek there. It's just, yeah, beautifully done. The armor, which, this is in terms of paint applications, this is quite complex. Quite a few different passes with paint. And given all the sort of straight lines and geometric shapes, which looks fantastic. There's always the potential of some slight paint errors there, but I don't know. I think they've done it pretty damn well here. Looks good. Chest up through the over the shoulder armor, over the top of the neck. Did just drop the lightsaber, but I'll grab that in a moment. It's not too far away. And then onto the back, some more of that geometric looking shapes. Just a couple of marks on the armor there. I think that's just from the packaging. It's got the Rebel Alliance insignia on the right shoulder there. And then that one there. Down to the gauntlets, which were the gift from Fen Rao when Sabine was doing her training with Kanan and the Darksaber. So nicely sculpted. They look good. And the sort of patterns on there are really well applied. I'd say probably the belt and the holsters probably do with just a fraction, little bit of weathering, perhaps, just to give them a little bit more, but not too bad. It's fine. Down to the legs, knee pads and just sort of shin guards. The little armor pieces over the top of the feet look good. The boots. Just a standard sort of brown undersuit for most of her outfit, which looks fine. Yeah, she's a nice looking figure, really good. I'm really happy. Yeah, I did like the Rebels version as well. I did replace the initial one with so when they did the re-release of the Rebels with the updated photoreal-ish paint apps. So yeah, I will have to post a photo up of them side by side. I will do that on Instagram as well, just for a little bit of reference. Articulation-wise, she has the double barbell joint in the top of the head. You can kind of just see up there. So yeah, it's a double ball joint. Neck joint at the bottom of the neck too. So there's a good range of movement there, and aesthetically pleasing as well. She does have ball hinge in the shoulders, and there's a slight butterfly joint in there, given that this sort of chest piece over the sort of main figure is sort of soft molded over the top. The ball hinge in the elbows, so you get a good range of movement there, pretty solid angle. It's just 2 hinges in each wrist. Oh, sorry. Each wrist has a hinge as well. Both are up and down, so that aids with the lightsaber wielding, which is great. She does have a sort of torso joint in the middle there. That looks good. She does have the ball and socket thighs there. No thigh swivels. Don't need them anymore. Pretty solid knee joints there. And then the ankle joints. Got the hinge. And then the rocker in the front, giving that sort of side pivot for when you go for a wider stance. So yeah, great articulation. You know, pretty standard for Black Series now. Kind of like the look without the sort of thigh swivel. Some figures, you know, you can hide them away a little bit behind clone armor and stuff like that, and stormtrooper armor. But you know, it's kind of nice without it. It just feels better. Especially when they do things like, you know, it's sort of well sculpted in there. Do get occasionally you get a little flicker of extra plastic there, but you know, sort of shave that off later. It's not a big deal. But there is Sabine Wren with her helmet. She looks good. Just grab the lightsaber, arm her up. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with her character in the future. She had a great story arc in the Ahsoka series. Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing her again. I think it's just the casting was really well done. But yeah, love to hear your thoughts. Please send out down in the comments below. Have you picked this one up yet? Going to, planning on it, thinking about it? Yeah, like I said, stay tuned at the end for a link to the vintage collection version. I'd love for you to check that out as well. Let me know what you think. And until the next video, may the Force be with you always.